Five keys to victory, Bulls versus Grizzlies. This is another game that people are going to be like, the Bulls can't win this game. It's a make or miss league, guys. Any game is up for grabs. And some people have asked me, the Bulls are tanking this year. Why are you doing five keys to victory? I don't think they're tanking. I still think they're going to be a 9 or a 10 seed. As long as they're in contention for that playing spot, I'm going to do five keys to victory. If they get to the point where it's clear that they're, bottom three record in the East, they're not even trying to make the play-in tournament, then I'll switch it to like five things the Bulls should focus on. But for now, man, I think we're going to be in the play-in tournament. I don't think we should tank. I don't put value in tanking. I don't think it works. I'd rather see, what Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, some of the young guys look like in playoff situations. So that's just my thing. But tonight, it's a tough matchup. The Grizzlies, they just waxed the Orlando Magic the other night. The Orlando Magic are one of the best teams in the NBA, one of the deepest teams in the East. Memphis had no problems with them. So the Bulls got their work cut out for them tonight. Key number one, we got to try to contain Ja Morant. Ja Morant this year, he's averaging 20 points, 7 assists a game. That's all right. When you look at it, though, he's only playing 26 minutes a night. They whooped the Magic the other night. He didn't really play in the fourth quarter. The night before that, they got smoked by the Rockets, and he didn't really play in the fourth quarter of that game. So his minutes, they're a little warped through 3 games this year. But if you look at his per 36, 30 points a game, 11 assists. That's nuts. That's crazy. So Ja Morant, he's on a revenge tour this year. The Bulls got to try to contain him, keep him out of the paint. We need to be strong at the point of attack, He's got to be harassed bringing the ball up the court. That means a lot of Ayo Dosunmu, means a lot of help defense. So the Bulls got to try to contain Ja Morant by any means necessary. Key number 2, we got to get Zach Edey in foul trouble. Zach Edey, if you watch the games, he's looked pretty good out there. If you just look at stat lines, they might be a little misleading, but he looks pretty good out there when you actually watch him play. The problem is he's getting in foul trouble all the time. So Chicago Bulls, man, they got to attack him. I want to see Kobe White attacking him. I want to see Ayo Dosunmu attacking him. I want to see Zach LaVine attacking him. Hell, I'll take Patrick Williams attacking him. We got to get that guy in foul trouble because he is a bad matchup for Vooch. He's big. He's strong. He's going to be a problem on the offensive glass if we don't get him into foul trouble. Key number 3, let's keep that pace up. The other day they sucked from 3. They shot over 53 attempts or something crazy. They only made like 28% of them, but that's kind of what the shot profile's got to be like. I kind of compare it to football. In football, in my opinion, if you don't have a very good team, if you don't have a very good offense, you should be chucking that deep ball as much as you can because maybe, 1 out of every 5 attempts might be completed. 1 out of every 5 attempts might get a pass interference call. It's a good way to move the chains. It's kind of a cheap way to play, good way to move the chains. Same thing in the NBA, man. If you don't have a very good offense, just chuck those threes. If they go in, if you get hot from it one night and you make like 45% of them like we saw against the Bucks the other night, you're going to win that game. It's a cheap way to get buckets, but it's what you got to do when you don't have a talented offense, and the Bulls so far don't have a very talented offense. So we got to keep that shot profile up. We should be above 45 three-point attempts again, and we just got to hope that, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, some of those guys, they're hitting their shots. Key number 4 kind of ties into that same key. We got to keep that 10-man rotation. We got to keep that rotation deep. We got to keep the legs fresh, keep it so guys are able to run up and down the court. The Grizzlies, they like to run. Even though Zach Edey's a little bit slower of a player, they still like to get up and down the court. They push it in transition. So the Bulls got to stick with that 10-man rotation. They really got to push this thing, really got to get up and down the court. And key number 5, can I please get a big Zach LaVine game? He's played all right this season, besides the turnovers. The turnovers have been a fucking disaster, but he's played all right. He's been kind of quiet. It's like a quiet 25 a game right now, but I need to see him go nuclear. I need to see him go off. Let me get 40 tonight, Zach. Let me get 35. Let me get 40. Hell, let me get 45, dude. Let's just see you go off. The Grizzlies have all right perimeter defenders. You should still be able to eat tonight. So those are my 5 keys to victory. Should be an interesting game. Any game's up for grabs in the regular season, guys. So let's see what the Bulls can do.